Hello students, in this lecture we are going to study least upper bounds and greatest lower bounds. In FYBSC you have learned these concepts. Let us revise it. Now what is bounded set? Consider A is a subset of R. R is a set of R is real line. A subset A is said to be bounded above if there is a number, if there is a there is a real number n such that every element of A is less equal n. Okay, x less equal n for every x belongs to A. Here n is called upper bound for A. Okay, any set, any subset of R. We are considering set of real numbers or real line. So any subset of R is said to be bounded above if every element of A is less equal certain element, in this case let us say capital N of R. Every element is less equal certain element of real means certain real number, then we say that set is bounded above. Similarly, what is bounded below? Any subset of R is said to be bounded below if every element of A is greater or equal certain number. Therefore, the subset A is subset A, that is subset of R, is said to be bounded below if there is a number m belongs to R such that for every x belongs to A, that x is greater or equal m. Then we say that m is in that case we say that set A is bounded below and that m is called as lower bound for A. For bounded above, that n is called as upper bound for A. Okay. Now what is bounded set? Any set is bounded set. Bounded set if it is both bounded below as well as bounded above. Then only we can say that that set is bounded set. For example, consider the interval 0, 1. Now this interval is bounded. Why so? What are lower bounds of? Look at this graph. What are lower bounds of this set for this interval? Consider this interval 0, 1. Now every element less than 0 and also 0, because here is less equal condition. Okay, so every element including 0 and all these elements on this line are what all are less equal. All elements of x means all elements of this interval are greater equal these all numbers, therefore all these are lower bounds for this interval. Similarly, all these numbers of this interval are less equal, equality for 1, and all these elements are less than all these numbers. Okay, all these numbers greater than 1 means all these are upper bounds of interval 0, 1. Okay, now what is definition of okay, let us see another example. The set I of positive integers. What is set I of positive integers? Positive integers means numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to infinity. Now definitely this set is bounded below with lower bound 1 because it starts 1 and all numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 greater equal 1. So 1 is lower bound and all numbers less than 1 are also lower bounds for set of positive integers, but it is not bounded above because that set is 1, 2, 3, it goes up to infinity, so definitely it is not bounded above. Therefore this set is not bounded because any set is bounded only if it is bounded below as well as bounded above. Consider another example. Consider the set 1 by 2, 3 by 4, 7 by 8 up to all elements are of the form 2 raised to n minus 1 upon 2 raised to n. Here you can see that all the numbers are increasing and its limiting value is 1. Okay, now you can find out the limiting value. Highest power of n, you can cancel it, so you can take 2 raised to n common here. So what will remain? 1 minus 1 upon 2 raised to n. 2 raised to n, 2 raised to n will get cancelled, and after applying the limit as n tends to infinity, the limit will be 1. So its limiting value is 1, means the value starts from 0.5 and it increasing to 1. Therefore 1 and all numbers greater than 1 will be upper bound of this set, and 1/2, and all numbers less than 1/2 will be lower bound for this set B. Therefore, this set is bounded because it has lower bound as well as upper bound. Next, now what is least upper bound and what is greatest lower bound? For that, we have seen this example. For this interval, consider this interval. All these are including 0. All these numbers on this line are lower bounds. So what is greatest lower bound? Among all these lower bounds, the greatest number is greatest lower bound. Similarly, among all these upper bounds, the least number will be least upper bound. Okay, let us see that definition. What is least upper bound for A? Let A is a subset of R which is bounded above. So for least upper bound, that set first must be bounded above. Now the number L is called the least upper bound for A. If first condition must be any number is least upper bound, first of all that number must be upper bound for A. Okay. First that must be upper bound for A. Second condition, that number must be least. Means what? Any number less than that number, means here any number less than L will not be upper bound for set A. That is second condition. No number smaller than L is an upper bound for A. Okay. Then we can say that the subset A has least upper bound capital L. Similarly, definition for greatest lower bound. So for greatest lower bound, first of all, that subset of R must be bounded below. So let the subset A of R is bounded below. The number L is called greatest lower bound of A. If that L, first that L must be lower bound. So first condition, L must be lower bound. L is a lower bound of A. And second condition, that must be greatest means what? Any number greater than that number should not be lower bound for A. So second condition, no number greater than L is and lower bound for A. Okay. That are definitions of least upper bound for A and greatest lower bound for A. Now note that it is not necessary that if the least upper bound and greatest lower bound for A exist, then that belongs to A. Okay, means for any set A, if least upper bound, greatest lower bound both exist, then both may exist in set A or may not be exist in A. Examples. Now look here, we have seen that its greatest lower bound is 1/2 and least upper bound is 1. Now here that 1/2 greatest lower bound 1/2 belongs to this set, but 1 is limiting value, that is least upper bound, as n tends to infinity. That 1 does not belongs to set B. For another example, consider this interval, open interval 3 4. Its least upper bound is 4 and greatest lower bound is 3. Here both are not belongs to open interval 3 4 because it is open interval, so both elements does not include in this interval. If it were closed interval, then what happen? Then only that least upper bound, greatest lower bound will include in that set. Okay. Next, the greatest lower bound for I is 1. Okay, I is set of positive integer, that is 1 2 3 4. What is its greatest lower bound? Its greatest lower bound is 1. Okay, there is no least upper bound because I doesn't have upper bound. Okay. Another example, the set including only one element, that is 0. So its greatest lower bound is 0, also its least upper bound is also 0. Okay. Now let us see what is least upper bound Akja. Its statement is, if A is any non-empty subset of R that is bounded above. Least upper bound Akja. Suppose A is any non-empty subset of R that is bounded above, then A has a least upper bound in R. Okay, means what? If any set is bounded above means what? It has upper bounds, then definitely among all these upper bounds the minimum element should be there, that is least upper bound Akja. What is theorem? Its opposite, that is if A is a non-empty subset of R that is bounded below, then A has a greatest lower bound in R. Okay, if A is bounded below means what? It has lower bounds, then among all these lower bounds there is a greatest element. Let us prove it. Okay. So what is given to us? A is a non-empty subset of R which is bounded below. Let us construct another set B, that is subset of R. So we select in B all the x belongs to R. We select in B the real number such that their negative exists in A. Okay. That is, the elements of B are negatives of the elements of A. Okay. We have set A. From A we construct set B such that in B, if in A there is 2, in B we have taken minus 2. If in A there is 3, in B we have taken minus 3. Okay. If in A there is minus 3, in B we have taken 3, like this. Okay. Opposites of elements of A. Now what is given? Set A is bounded below. So suppose that M is a lower bound of A, then definitely minus M will be upper bound for B. Means what? Minus M is upper bound for B means what? Means if X is any element of B, then again now X is element of B means its negative will be element of A, and therefore as M is what? Lower bound for A means for any element of A, M is less equal minus X. And this implies, if what this implies, if we multiply by minus 1, then what we get? We get X is less equal minus M. Means from this what we get? Now look here, this X is element of B also, and for that X is less equal minus M. Means what? Means what? That for every element of B there is a upper bound. Okay, it means B is bounded above, and we have seen this least upper bound. If any set is bounded above, then it has least upper bound. Therefore as B is bounded above, therefore by least upper bound axiom, B has a least upper bound. That is proof of this theorem. Okay, so here therefore we can say if Q is a least upper bound for B, then minus Q will be greatest lower bound for A. For such type of sets, if we have construct the set B as negatives of sets of A. Okay. So here we completed our chapter first. Go through all videos. If there is any difficulty, ask on Google Classroom or on WhatsApp. Okay. Thank you.